Hello everybody. Occasionally people send me images of coins that they're curious about. Normally they are emails, but this one is from David Monday and he sent me a couple of photocopies. Sorry this has taken so long, David. I know you sent it ages ago. The first is an 1881 H farthing where the H mint mark has been double struck. Now it's quite difficult to see in the photocopy, but I have managed to find an image of another one. There we are. I found this image online. The H mint mark has been double struck. Quite clear in this image. But I can't find any information on the value of it or the rarity of it. So any information, please put in the comments. Now, secondly, it's got a 1913 sixpence with a floor similar to the 1946 penny. The 1946 error penny has got a little dot after the word 1. Just there. You can see in this photocopy that David sent me, there's a little dot just there. I haven't heard of that before, so I've looked up some images and found this one. And you can see it's got a mark in exactly the same place. Now this one sold for £55, but maybe that's just because it's a good quality coin. Let's have a look at the reverse. There we go. So again, any information on that would be appreciated. David also told me that I had an address visible in one of my videos, so thanks for that, David. I've removed that now. Now, a while ago I did a video on the 1863 penny. There are some very rare examples of this coin where it's got a die number below the date. Here's some examples. There's a number 2, there's a number 3, and there's a number 4 on this one. If you find an 1863 penny with a die number, we could be talking thousands of pounds, depending on the quality, obviously. A while ago, I got some images from Tara. I'm sorry, it's been a long time, but let's put these on the screen. And she thinks she may have a die number. There we go. Could it be a number 2? I'll scroll through the images and see what you think. I'm just not convinced, I'm sorry. It just looks like it could be some scratches, because there's scratches all over the place on the coin. It even looks like it could have been cleaned to me. So I don't know. What do you think? Is that a die number or not? Without the coin in my hand, it really is very difficult to tell. I'm sorry. Now I've got a photograph here from Ian Hodge. And Ian says that his coin has got a little dot-shaped mark above Britannia's head. Again, the same sort of mark that you see on the 1946 pennies. He says, could it be a die floor or something like that? But to be honest, I've looked at thousands of 1919 pennies and I've never seen that before. I'm just wondering if it could have been struck by a sharp thing, like a dart, something like that. And over the years, it's just worn down to look like that. But again, without the coin in my hand, it's so difficult to tell. Put in the comments what you think about that one. And now I've got some images from Gerrit. And Gerrit says, today I received a small box with 52 pennies which I found on a Dutch second-hand site called Marktplaats. And he's kindly put in brackets there, Marketplace. And he says among them there was a 1912 H mint mark and a 1919 with an H mint mark. He also found this George V penny. Nothing extraordinary, but when he turned it over, but sadly it's not real. You can get reproduction 1933 pennies, but this is not one. This has had the date changed on it many years ago. And if we look closely at the date, we can see it's been changed from another date, probably 1935. And Gerrit also sent this image to show it most probably was a 1935 that it was changed from. Why someone would do that, I don't know. I mean, it's not going to fool any coin collector, is it? Maybe someone just set themselves a project, see how realistic they could make it look. And Gerrit says it's just a nice fake. Believe me, I was a bit shocked when I first saw it, but it soon dawned on me that it was fake as can be. Nevertheless, a nice find, he says, which he will treasure anyway. Yeah, I don't blame you, it's a nice find. Thanks very much for that, Gerrit, and thank you again for your ongoing support of the channel. Really appreciated. Now, I once found a 1933 penny, and I changed it to look like a 1935. I think I did quite a good job on that. Oh, wait a minute. Now, I've got a couple of images from Richard de Broer. That is a George VI penny, but look at the misstrike on that. I haven't got a misstrike that bad, or should I say that good. It's from 1948, And yeah, that's a missed strike and a half, that one. I wouldn't know what value to put on that. If anyone could help on that, be appreciated. Richard said he's had the coin since 1963. Have you had it valued? Have you tried to sell it in that time, Richard? In all the pennies I've looked through, all the thousands over the years, I've never found a misstrike quite as extreme as that one. Put in the comments, please, any information on that. Now, going back to the 1863 penny, when I did my video on the 1863 penny, I couldn't find an image with a number 5 die mark. But there's one there, and that was kindly sent to me by Tony Damon. Thank you very much for that image, Tony. It's been quite a while ago he sent me that. And Tony says, apparently there are 2 known examples, both in poor condition. The first came to light in 1990 and was subsequently sold by Tenants Auctioneers of Leyburn, North Yorkshire in 2008 with a hammer price of £17,500. Now you know why I like looking through old pennies. The second was a private sale in 2011 with details unknown. So if you could find an 1863 pre-decimal British penny with a number 5 die mark like that under the date, could be worth 17.5 grand, or probably a lot more than that now. This next image was sent to me by Mick Owen. Thanks for this, Mick. It's a 1902 halfpenny, and he says it looks like there's an extra digit after the date. Look at this, 1902, and it looks like there's another 2 at the end there. I can see what he means, but I think it's just corrosion, just playing a trick. See, there's corrosion up there quite a bit down there as well, and at the bottom. So I don't think it is an extra digit. It certainly looks like one, doesn't it? But I don't think it is. What do you reckon? I think he said it's a metal detecting fine, so no, I'm pretty sure it's just corrosion to make it look like a 2. And if that was in good condition and that had an extra 2 there, my god. But no. What do people think about that? See all the corrosion there, making all those different shapes. A bit down the other side, but no, I don't think it is, Mick. I think it's just corrosion. Okay, that's it for this video. You can subscribe by clicking there. You can watch that video because that's a good one, and you could buy me a beer by clicking on that one there. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.